welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease in my life, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay. Oh, that's good. All right. Awesome. All right, welcome back. Untilit.works. And hopefully that last work session was a productive one for you. For me, kind of. So I was just kind of working on getting some dimensions for this enclosure because I want to order some, like, I forgot what they're like, kind of like translucent. You can kind of see through them, and they're made of like these tiny tubes all put together. They use them for like greenhouses, from what I understand. And so I want to like attach them to the front of these things here, and I need to figure that out somehow. But I'm trying to figure out like the easiest way. I was thinking about some other stuff. I don't know. I need to figure out what I can get to hook it up. And but yeah, so I was trying to work on that. One of the shelves kind of came out because I have like oh, you can't see a thing. Hold on. Because I have these, let me take it off here. So I have some like insulation panels that you can see kind of like they're at the top, and they're like, that's the silver stuff there. Some insulation panels. And when I put it in, it kind of like lifted like the supports for the shelves a little bit. So I was kind of like fixing that, just kind of like making sure everything is cool around it. And yeah, so, and then some other random stuff. Cool. Right. So for this break, I figured we'd take a look at a thing I've been using for a minute. I spoke about it before on the show when it was kind of like you got like early access to it, and I was kind of like messing around with it and stuff. And it has kind of recently changed. So I saw it on Twitter. So let me share my screen. So I'm just going to share this real quick. So this is my Twitter page, feed or whatever. And let me make this larger. So yeah, so last week there was the Google Cloud Next event, and they announced that Project IDX, which is the thing we spoke about before, which is Google's like in-browser IDE, so you can like code in the browser. And if you know anything about me, you know I'm a fan of being able to just spin up a project and deploy and do everything you need in the browser. So that way you don't have to worry about what's on your local machine. You can just go open up a browser, whether it be on your desktop, on your laptop, if you're out somewhere and you need to get like on a library laptop or library computer or something, securely though, make sure you log in and everything and be careful. But you're able to have access to your code and make changes if you need to, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I always thought that was pretty cool. And one of the main reasons why I primarily try to do a lot of my stuff in browser, in the cloud kind of stuff, right? So that's what Project IDX was. But now it's a part of Firebase Studio, which is pretty cool. So then announced at Google Cloud Next, Firebase Studio has all the functionality of Project IDX, plus additional new AI tools and integrations with Firebase. And I've been using Firebase for quite a minute, for quite a while now. And it pretty much has like everything I need, like all wrapped together, so I can do my authentication, I can get a database. I can, they have like the real-time stuff with the database, the Firestore. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with it, And that's why I always appreciated it. And you can even like host your applications and stuff, right? I think you can do Astro now, but when I was doing it, it didn't really work well with Astro. But I know like Angular and Next, I believe you can like host no problem. Like it understands it all. But okay, you can learn more about building full stack apps at this link. So let's take a look at the link. And but yeah, so what I said was, because recently, let me show you. Oh, it might be a good opportunity to show you the website I just launched, right? So I'm gonna post a link to this in the, so it'll be next to the recording of the video, so you can check it out for yourself. So I just launched this website, hiphop.family, right? Let me zoom in on this because it's a large monitor. Look at that responsiveness. All right, so this is hiphop.family, right? And so it's something I'm working on to hopefully launch next year, but for, as you can see, 2026, the fruition of it, right? But in 2025, we're planting seeds now. So I just have like the latest radio show episode that you can check out here. So you can see April 12th, yesterday. And this is the project that I was speaking about in the last break session. It's a collaboration between myself and an artist that we play on the radio show a bunch, Homeboy Sandman, over years. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like early on, like 10 years maybe. Been a minute. And so I saw he had this EP came out, Dancing Tree. And I was like, hey, I have this business with like 3D printing and a bunch of stuff. Would it be down to collaborate and, put out the vinyl and with some extra goodies attached to it? And he said, yeah, that'd be dope. But he also had another EP coming out, the Cornhole Legend. And so then we're like, all right, what would be cool is maybe like doing double EP vinyl. So it's like one record with the two EPs on either side. And so that's what we came up with is here. And so this is the website. And I used Astro with a Cloudflare adapter. So this is hosted on Cloudflare. And so here it is. So you can like pre-order the album now, right? And so now when you pre-order, it takes you to this. And so here's like, this is the digital artwork that we got from the vinyl manufacturer, right? And so you can see here the pricing. You can add to cart. You can check out the cart, right? So we got something here. You can decrease, which removes it, right? You can add a cart, and then you can like increase, right? And so then you can check out, which then brings up a Stripe integration, right? And you put your stuff in here or whatever, right? And you can go back. Cool. Now, all that to say is that I created this whole thing in Project IDX. You know what I'm saying? And so Project IDX is now, so this is what it looks like if you were to go back to the Project IDX initial website, right? And you notice it says Firebase Studio now. So you can go to also, so it's just, if you go to here now, I'm gonna post a link to this. So this is like the new homepage for it. Let's save the link. So this link will be next to the recording of the video on the website at untilit.works. So now this is the website, firebase.studio. All right. And so let's take a look at it. And so you have the docs and support, and you can get started directly right here. Right. So the full stack AI workspace. Firebase Studio accelerates your entire development lifecycle with AI agents. Build backends, front ends, and mobile apps all in one place. That's pretty dope. So I'm assuming they're using like all the Firebase stuff. So like whether it be real-time database or maybe Firestore. And then the front ends, I'm curious about that. So I guess they also host it maybe? I'm not sure. Or maybe they just create the code for you to host somewhere else. Because the way I did, and mobile apps all in one place. All right. So now, like I mentioned before, the hiphop.family site is an Astro application with a Cloudflare adapter because I'm using Cloudflare to host the service. Now, the thing is, there's something with the Cloudflare adapter where it breaks in the other online IDEs that I use. And so that was always kind of like a weird hurdle. So previously I would like have to like try and guess the code. Hopefully it worked. I couldn't see it in the development, the changes, because it would break. And then I'd push it to my GitHub repo. That would then kick off deployment onto Cloudflare. And then I had to check to see if that worked. And it was kind of like a pain. You know what I'm saying? Make a change, push it, have it deploy, and see if it worked. Kind of a pain, especially if you have like a live site. That's not great. So I was like, oh, what else can I do? And then I was like, I have never tried the Astro app with the Cloudflare in Project IDX. You can do a bunch of stuff with other Project IDX stuff, right? I never tried that combination. And so I tried it and it worked. I was like, that's amazing. I think it has, after doing a bunch of research, I believe it has to do with something that the Cloudflare adapter needs on a certain like OS. So whether it be like Windows, depending on what your local system is, Unix, or it be like Debian, or I forgot the other one, whatever. It needs certain packages that weren't available in those online IDEs or whatever. I think they were like one version below or something like that. I don't know, pure speculation. That's what I'm going with because it makes sense in my brain. So, but it works here in the Firebase Studio, which was dope. So that's why I was able to create that website and everything all through Firebase Studio. So kind of like reading through more. So this is kind of like the IDE here. And so you actually get like, this is Gemini. So you can ask it stuff. So you can, so like build an app that lets me turn images into recipes. And so it sounds like a great idea. Let's build it together, and it'll go through and build it for you. All right. And let's see here. So I've not really used that part yet. And you have like Android, you can develop Android apps and things. Super dope. That was one of the things, like you're able to create Flutter apps all in the browser through Project IDX. And I thought that was super dope. You know what I'm saying? And so you didn't have to worry about all that stuff locally. And so then here we go. Yeah, so an app that helps users manage and share their tasks. So you can actually like build stuff, which is pretty dope. So get to work quickly wherever you are. So go from opening your browser to building in minutes. And that's exactly what I do. It's kind of amazing, not hours. So you don't have to worry about your local machine and doing all this stuff, making sure you have these versions and all that stuff. It does it for you in the browser, which is kind of amazing. Import your existing repositories from GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, or your local machine. And so that's kind of like what I did with support for most tech stacks. Or use the app prototyping agent to quickly create a new application using natural language mockups. I didn't know you could do that. Drawing tools and screenshots. See, that's dope. Or so, because a lot of times I like to sketch out how I want like sites to look and things. And so being able to do that, that'd be pretty dope. Or select from a large catalog of popular frameworks or language templates. You can also customize your environment with Nix. So Firebase Studio is currently available with 3 workspaces at no cost during preview. Members of the Google Developer Platform get up to 30 workspaces. So I'm pretty sure on my other account, I'm a part of the Google Developer Program. I believe that's the one I used to build the hiphop.family. I'm pretty sure because I remember going to the page and it says my current plan. I might get the middle one. We'll see, because that gives you more. But right now, I just have the hiphop.family one on there, but I'm planning on doing a lot more. But this is my other account here. So you'll see other projects here, and then you can get started. Cool. AI powered. Build with Gemini in Firebase. So work quickly and efficiently with Gemini in Firebase. Complete a variety of tasks like coding, debugging, testing, refactoring, explaining, and documenting code with AI assistant that interacts with your code base and takes actions on your behalf. That's pretty dope. Use the built-in model or select your preferred model. So you can either use Gemini or if you have another one. And so cool. Cool. Optimize your full stack apps across platforms. So you have different extensions. You can test and optimize your API endpoints and backends as you build them. That's cool. And with built-in web previews and Android emulators, you can preview your apps as your users would see them. Dope. And deploy flat. So this okay. So yeah. So okay. Develop faster, deliver with confidence. So you can publish your apps to Firebase app hosting with a few clicks and monitor usage and behavior at a glance. Where you can do all that inside there. That's pretty dope. You can also deploy your production apps to Firebase hosting. So that's the thing. So previously, I was using Firebase hosting when it was like I was doing like Svelte projects and stuff. So I was using like Firebase hosting. You could do Cloud Run or your own custom infrastructure with complete control of your deployment approach. Interesting. I have to try that. But then the Firebase app hosting. So that's the one I would have tried for like Astro. I'm not sure if it can work. I'm not sure. So that's something I'm gonna like look into. Because if it hooks up like with the Firestore and all those things, that might be kind of interesting. Again, I have not done it that in depth yet. All I did was just load up the IDE with the code from GitHub. No, I actually started it because one of the reasons why I was like, oh, I never tried this before. And we spoke about it before, but on astro.new, So on this site, right, we spoke about how previously, I think the default it would go to StackBlitz, but now Google is paying the money to be the default deployable site. Now you can still say it says IDX, right? Because this was back when IDX was like coming up and everything, and so they wanted people to use it, and so they're paying Astro to be like the first option on here. So deploying an Astro app. So I remember I was like, oh yeah, that's right. There's that. So let me try that. And yeah, and it worked. And then with the Cloudflare adapter, as I'm saying, so it worked. So I opened it in IDX, right? Cool. So now when you go, so let's go back to here. Now, when you click try Firebase Studio or get started or whatever, right? You'll go and then check out try Firebase, and it should load up the same thing that we saw earlier. All right. How's this look? Let me make that bigger. Hold on. That should be good. All right. So then you can see, yeah, so a bunch of stuff. So that same just the basics, I was able to click and it did it. And I think previously when we spoke about Project IDX, you could see the other projects that I had here before. You know what I'm saying? And you can see here's the different, so you can import from a repo. You can do a new workspace. So if you click this, so it shows you, hey, you could do an Angular. You know, Google creates Angular. So of course that's going to be there. They have the Next.js. Here's the Astro, like I was saying before. React. Look like these pages. Svelte. Oh, dope. Okay. I remember Svelte being there. And a simple HTML joint, right? So it's just create a new simple web app with plain HTML, CSS, and JavaScript or TypeScript. And then they have more templates. For some reason, these aren't loading, but they have Vue.js, Solid.js, Preact, React with the Google Maps platform, and Google Play API for web. Pretty dope. So you have like all these different samples. So they have all these other things like a backend. If you want to do a backend here, you know what I'm saying? They have all these different things. And for me, one of the cool things is being able to learn new things without having like the install everything on your local machine. You know what I'm saying? You can just try stuff, which is amazing to me. So if I wanted to like learn Flutter, I can just go ahead and just spin up something and maybe look at a tutorial and do it all within the browser without having to load stuff locally. You know what I'm saying? They have React Native, and Android Studio Cloud. So you can actually build an actual Android app instead of having like a cross-platform joint in the browser without having to do anything locally. That's pretty dope. They have AI stuff. So we looked at the Gemini one like a while back. And you can see they have other options and things now. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to go back through this and like go through these things. And databases. So you can hook up like different databases. So that's pretty dope. And then miscellaneous. What's this? Oh, you can just do an empty workspace. There's that React one and Google Pay. Did I say Play before? Google Pay API for web. So you can, that's pretty cool. I probably could have did that for my hiphop.family, like with the Stripe integration. And then you have like the Data Connect stuff. Now solutions. Oh, yes. And so we looked at this before, the Compass travel demo. Because I think I built something previously for my trips that I take to take photos to kind of remind myself about pictures. I spoke about it here before, but we looked at this. That's pretty dope. And so like it gives you like travel itineraries and things. And then this is new, the rock, paper, scissors game. Well, that's pretty cool. And then Go Dreaming of Adventures. They have all these different ones you can check out, right? Pretty dope. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Language learning flashcards with Gemini. Oh, I might try this because I'm trying to learn some Japanese at some point. All right, neither here nor there. But there's a lot of cool stuff, right? So what I want to do is I want to try this, build a prototype thing. So let's just, all right, I'm going to go with create recipes. Let's do that. Oh, no. Crap. I wanted the, okay, let me do this one. So an app that creates recipes from photos, because I can't think of anything right now. So let's go with that one, right? Oh, yeah. So, yes, you can see here's the Compass traveling plan. And here's that Gemini test app that we did a while ago. These were archived. It was such a long time ago. They were archived, fam. All right, neither here nor there. So let's take a look at this. You can do Java.net. Okay. That's pretty dope. Again, you can do so much stuff like just by trying things now. You know what I'm saying? So that's amazing to me. All right, and then so you can also add attachment, like you said, like if you have like sketches and drawings or mock-ups or anything. All right, so here we go. Prototype AI. All righty. Let's see what we got here. Now, to open the Studio Workspace, you must first accept the terms of service. Cool. Oh, so I have not used on this account the Firebase Studio when Project IDS has transformed over. So that's why it's asking me to do this now. All right, cool. Continue. Because it's like a brand new thing, I guess. And oh, what's this publish thing? So wait, you can publish. See, was this? I have to check this on my other one because I think it's probably just because it's through. Because I don't remember seeing the publish on my hiphop.family one. Interesting. All right, so let's see. So ingredient identification, so image analysis, use an AI model to analyze the uploaded photo and identify ingredients. All right. Recipe suggestion, recipe generation, based on the identified ingredients, generate a list of possible recipes using an AI tool to determine which recipes are most relevant and likely to succeed. All right. Recipe presentation, recipe display. Display the generated recipes with clear instructions and ingredient lists. All right. And then ingredient correction, ingredient confirmation. Allow users to confirm or correct the identified ingredients. So this is stuff that you'd have to like think about that would go into this thing. And then photo, they even give you like a name, snap recipe. Oh, interesting. Then you have the photo input. So photo upload, allow users to upload a photo of ingredients or a dish. So I'm wondering if this will allow you to upload to like Firebase storage. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing, you can store things on Firebase. So Firebase has like all the, especially if you do like apps, like native apps, you can do a whole bunch of other stuff too. But it's pretty dope. So then you have the colors. So you can change the colors that you want. So it gives you primary color, secondary color, and like an accent. That's pretty dope. So it's a lot about, and you can change that if you want, I think. Can you change it? I'm clicking it, but it won't let me change it. Interesting. I'm not sure. All right. Okay. Layout. It's going to be a card-based layout. Okay. Typography, clean and readable. All right. Iconography, clear, simple, clear icons. Okay. For different ingredient categories. Okay. Interesting. And then animation, smooth transition when displaying recipe details. Oh, fancy. And you can describe any changes you want to make. So, all right. So let's prototype it. So I want to. So is prototyping not the same thing as creating? Is it? Let's see. Well, it's doing stuff. Oh wait, is it doing like React or something? Let's see what the default is. Oh, it's making changes and stuff. So like it did something. It's like, no, that's not good enough. So we're going to change that. So it's adding stuff. Interesting. So you can see here, like they're changing the different accent colors and stuff. Interesting. So I wonder if they're changing well, they probably should still be using these colors that is selected. So now it's checking for errors. It's pretty dope. So they actually have like an AI section, which is good. So I like the way it's like structuring it. That's cool. And yeah, it is building it in React. So React is the default. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So now it appears your app needs a Gemini API key. So you're not going to be getting anything free here. And then you can enter your Gemini API key, or you can auto-generate one. And I'm not going to do that because I am not trying to leak any sort of information. But it looks like you can auto-generate. So you don't have to go and create one. You can just do one here. That's pretty dope. And you can describe what changes you want to make. Okay. And then this is you can annotate stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can start drawing it. It blew it up like super large though. So then, yeah, so you can like annotate things. That's cool. I think can you zoom out on this? Oh yeah, you can zoom out here. Oh, it looked like it took a photo or something. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, interesting. All right. How to use upload an image. See, I don't want to auto-generate something here, but that's pretty cool. And then you can just try what changes you want to make. That's cool. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me try this. So let's say I want that snap recipe, right? Please use a cursive font for the app name snap recipe. Let's see what that does. Okay, syncing. File changes, so it's making a bunch of changes. Wow, it's doing a lot of changes. I thought it would just load a font. I don't think it did. It didn't do anything. The font is still the same. Interesting. Gemini can make mistakes, so double check it. So, all right, so let's see what file changes it did, right? So let's see here. So it should show me like a diff. Yeah, here. Okay, so just put cursive there. Maybe I need to tell it a specific type of font. At least it knew that there, and that's like looked like the only change, which is cool. So okay, I'm just gonna give it. I'm gonna tell it to use what's a cursive font? What's a font? I just used a font on hiphop.family that I really liked. Let me see if I remember. Let me look that up real quick. It is called Modak. Okay, so I'm going to say, please use, because you got to be kind, please use the font Modak for the app name Snap Recipe. Let's see what that does. All right, file changes. Let's see if it pulls it in, because it's like a Google font. That's where I got it originally from. There's no way it could change all that, right? Modak, I pulled it up. Okay, cool. Let's see if it changes. Checking for errors. I'm kind of curious to see how this publishes. Okay, doing some more stuff. It found an error. Okay, if auto-fixing 2 errors. So I wonder, because it doesn't look like it has anything to do with what I said. So maybe it found other errors and it's fixing them? I mean, it looked fine to me. I don't know. Oh, it changed some things. Interesting. But it still didn't change this font. Let's see here. React. Interesting. So wait, let me see the CSS. Yeah, see, it's not, because it should pull, I don't have the code on me, but it should have pulled, like imported it here. It's using Tailwind, interesting. It should have, at the top somewhere, should have imported the font, but it didn't. So maybe it doesn't know that. Maybe I have to put a link to it or something. I'm not sure. But all right, fine, cool. Let's go ahead. Oh, you can, so yeah, so then you can switch to the code. See, now this is more familiar with what I saw when I was working on my project. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I go to publish, see what this does. So I'm assuming it's going to go to Firebase. Wait, what? Oh, so you use Next.js, it looks like. Interesting. And here's another like terminal, the Gemini, they can help you out with stuff here. Yeah, so here we go. So yeah, so then we use Firebase app hosting to host your application. Follow the steps below to set up your project and create a rollout. That's pretty dope. Yeah, you can link the billing account and everything and then set up your environment. Huh. And then of course you can again send it to like your GitHub and all these things. And it even has like the changes it's made. So I see this error with the app reported by Next.js. Please fix it. I didn't say this. The error is reported as HTML but presented visually to the user. Okay, so it found like its own stuff. Interesting. Huh, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm going to dive more deeply into this, especially now that it's like integrated with Firebase so much. So I wonder if I can, you know what? Let me see something. Hold on. I wanted to see something. How do I go back? Okay, I'm gonna close this publish thing real quick. I want to add like authentication, right? So let's see what that does. Please add email and password authentication. See what that does. because I'm assuming it's going to use the Firebase. Let's see if it's integrated with the Firebase, like email. Like, would it do that automatically, or would you maybe have to set it up when you publish? Oh no, yep, it's doing the initialize Firebase config. All right, here we go. All right. And then you can see it has all the different. Oh, okay. So it is using Next, and you can get all your config stuff, I guess, from there. Oh, okay. I've never really used Next before. So, okay. So yeah, so you would get so it has the get off. So yeah, that's dope. All right, and then yeah, here we go. I ran into this issue recently with the hip hop family. Like you have to hello. Oh, you need a thing. Okay. I'll detect an error. Yeah, sure, fix it. So yeah, so I need a auth key. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, look like it's going to actually throw an error now instead of maybe crashing. Let's see, checking for errors. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, can I read properties? Yeah, because the auth isn't there. So let me fix the error. Let's see what's up with that. But that's cool. So you can like, if you know what it is, and you want to fix it, you can like jump in and just fix it, or you can have it fix it. And what's cool is you can actually go back and like look at stuff. That's pretty cool. So I guess this is what the errors look like in Next.js. Bam. So now we have a front end for like logging in. Oh, that's pretty dope. And then you can like sign up and stuff. That's cool. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, I'm impressed. This is pretty dope. Okay. And then again, you can publish it. And so I'm assuming when you publish it, it will get you all the different like keys that you need for it to actually work. You know what I'm saying? And so that is dope. Very nice. And let's see, do we have can you see that when I click there? No. Okay. Like the list of different things there. So let's go with something random. Bob at Bob. Now let's see if it has like no, I thought I would have said, hey, this is not an actual email, but okay. But yeah, so and I could probably say, hey, please add like verification that it is an email or something. But yeah, neither here nor there. So I've been talking about this way too long. All right. So I think this is pretty cool. Looks pretty dope. Shouts to Firebase Studio and shouts to the whole Firebase team and everybody that worked to put this together. All right, I'm gonna get y'all back to work because I got more. And again, like this is just stuff that's in the browser. Like it's not taking up space on my local machine or anything. So that is pretty cool. All right. So have you tried any online IDEs? You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. But yeah, let me get y'all back to work because I need to get back to work. And I'm gonna send y'all off with some traveling music. This right here is an artist that goes by the name of Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is all Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you 15 minutes after the hour. Till then, I wish you much productivity. All right. Thanks again, y'all. Y'all be easy. And by the way, links to everything will be next to the recording of this video on untilit.works. All right. Thanks, y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.
I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there. When a brother had nowhere to turn to, you were there. And I feel like, yeah. And everybody says, yeah. We spread love like, yeah. I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there. When a brother had nowhere to turn to, you were there. And I feel like, yeah. And everybody says, yeah. We spread love like, yeah. I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out.